It's definitely true. You brought up edge of your seat. You brought up Mikey Garcia. This is the last question I want to talk to you about. Obviously, Lomachenko looked great against Linares. Did get dropped in the 6th round. So everyone's talking now. He's in lightweight. He beat the lightweight king now. But Mike Garcia has something to say about being a king at lightweight. What are your thoughts on that fight? And realistically, being that you're close with Mikey, how realistic is this fight in the future? Like, can this happen?
Well, as a fight fan, I'd like to see it, and I think it would be the first time Lomachenko would be in a fight where you could honestly say it's where he's not favored or he's not a 50-50 fight or so, where at least the people give. People feel it's a fight, and a lot of people actually feel that Mikey is going to win because of his size and his experience and many other attributes. I'm one of them, of course, because I'm impressed with Lomachenko. I'm impressed on how much he has accomplished in that that very short period of time. But I see some people are naming him pound for pound the greatest fighter today. I'm not so sure that you can become pound for pound the greatest fighter than if you look at the opponents he fought. In each one of those fights, he was the overwhelming favorite. And I think in order to really elevate yourself to become a pay-per-view star, you need more fights and you need more evenly matched fights. But I don't want to take anything away from Lomachenko. He's a great fighter, and I think Top Rank has done a terrific job with him. So yes, I do think that fight can happen. I think that fight should happen, and whatever I can help to get it done, I will certainly do. You're right, I'm very close with Mikey. I met up with him a couple of weeks ago, and that was one of the topics we discussed. So, I'd like to see it, yes.
Just your opinion, does him getting dropped in the 6th round, do you feel that opens up more doors for opponents to kind of be like, not necessarily Mikey per se, I don't feel that, generally I don't feel fighters are afraid of one another, but there is that like, oh, okay, well that's new. You know what I mean? Like maybe we've never seen that before. Do you feel that him getting knocked down kind of opens the doors to him possibly getting more matchups, especially like say Mikey Garcia, some of these bigger matchups that kind of eluded him? Yeah,
I don't think necessarily with Mikey Garcia, but yes, generally speaking, yes, I do believe that when a fighter shows a certain vulnerability, it might have promoters say, hey, okay, I'm going to put my guy in because the guy can get dropped. With Mikey, that's not really a factor because Mikey is not afraid to take on the biggest risks and the biggest challenges. I mean, when I was with Mikey a couple of weeks ago, he was giving me his hit list, and honestly, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I said, you're going to give me like a nervous breakdown. I really like him and his brother and his family, his mother. Actually, as a matter of fact, his mother and his father come from the same town my wife comes from in Mexico, from Morelia, Michoacan. So, I have a soft spot for Mikey, and I said, are you crazy? Why would you go and want to fight this guy or that guy? The guy just loves to challenge himself, and whether Lomachenko gets dropped or not dropped doesn't really make a difference. Probably in a strange way, he probably was hoping that he didn't get dropped, Yeah, that's just the kind of guy he is. And I mean, now the fight, obviously, everybody is sort of like looking forward to as well with Mikey is taking on again what I think is the biggest challenge in the 135-pound weight class, and that's Robert Easter, another undefeated fighter, a very tall fighter, totally different style than any other fighter Mikey has really fought. So it's a totally different style than the last guy he fought with Sergey Lipinets, another undefeated fighter when he became the 140-pound world champion, who was more shorter and bulky and strong, big puncher. So it's just amazing the versatility Mikey Garcia shows, and he's shown that versatility over what, 40 fights, something like that, undefeated, multiple division, multi-time world, 3-division world champion. So it's just amazing to see that, and that, in my opinion, by the way, is the kind of resume which deserves pound for pound recognition. And in my books, Mikey Garcia, not because of the last fight or the fight before, but because of what he has accomplished throughout his career, to this date, is pound for pound the best fighter in the world.
Who was on that list that you could tell us that we don't know? Is there a name you could drop? I won't go any further than that.
The one I thought he was just so like joking about was Errol Spence.
Wow, that's great.
Was Errol Spence, and he was like, who do you think I should fight after July? I said, well, let's not look past that, because let's focus on what's ahead. He says, no, but just like, who do you like? So I was giving him a name, and he says, well, what about Errol Spence? I was like, are you kidding me? I mean, honestly, as a fight fan, yeah, okay, I get it. But I don't know. But if let's dream. Let's say that fight happens, and let's say Mikey would beat Errol Spence. Is there anybody in the world who could not agree with me to say, you know what, Mikey Garcia is the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world because of the challenges he sets himself out to conquer and the way he does it. So, that's why I think Mikey Garcia is going to be the guy who eventually is going to break the records which people thought were never going to be broken, those which were established by Mike Tyson and later on broken by Oscar de la Hoya, and never to be broken again. Well, they were not just broken, but they were shattered by the king of them all, Floyd Mayweather. And so now people say these records can never be broken. Well, I think Mikey Garcia has the opportunity, and I do believe that Mikey has a tremendous opportunity to become the face of the pay-per-view business here in the United States, the face of the sport worldwide, because of the charisma he has, bilingual, the skills he has, and the fact that no challenge is too big for him.
That's definitely true. You wouldn't get an argument from me if he beat Errol Spence for being pound for pound.
I'm just waiting that he's gonna ask me then sometime next year, well, who do you think I should fight? And I'm gonna give him a name, and he's gonna tell me, nah, I was thinking more about Deontay Wilder.
Exactly, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised either. Thank you so much, Richard. Appreciate your time, sir, as always. Thank you.